Hi guys, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to create this vertical milling machine using Creo parametric. So let's get started. First of all, let me just explain like what we have done on this vertical milling machine, and let me explain how to download and access the part that I'm going to share to you right now. And also in this video, we are going to see how to assemble all these parts. Like this is going to be a tutorial video for the assembly. Okay, so after that, like tomorrow and day after tomorrow, like day wise, like it will be released for all these parts like body, drill lever, knee, like all these parts, like creating individual parts along with the dimension, like tutorial will be released. So yeah, let's get started. So before that, let me just explain how to download and access the part that I'm going to share you. Okay, so first of all, let's go for our channel homepage. So here, either you can click the link which is like visible on this home screen. Like you can see the bicycle video which is pinned on our channel homepage. Either you can click the 3D model link in here, or else you can see the same link in our description also. So you can click whether like this link or in this video description link. Okay, so once you click this link, like you will be redirected to the Google form link. So here you have to enter the password for accessing the Google Drive. Okay, so for that password you have to like join as a member with a basic member of 29 rupees per month. So once you join once you join as a member, you can able to access this bicycle video part, like video which is pinned on our channel homepage. So in this video, at the last 5 seconds, the password is visible. So if you are our like our previous member, like you know how to download and access the part. So this is for the new members. Okay, so once you join as a member, you can able to access this video, and at last 5 seconds you can able to see the password. So once you get the password, once you put like a password into this, and once you submit this form, you will have a Google like a Drive link on this top. So once you enter into the Drive link, like this interface, like you can have this interface. So here you can see all the parts whichever we have created. So all these parts will come under this membership category. So with just 29 rupees of membership, you can download all these parts. Okay, so here in this video, we are going to see this vertical milling machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to download this as a entire zip file. Okay, so don't get into this folder and don't try to download this part separately. Okay, so try to download that as a full entire zip file. Like you can here you can see it is downloaded. Okay, so also in this file you can see the analysis folder. Here we will have all these analysis parts, and like which will be used for the playback section, and also images. Okay, so the front view, top view, back view, and like without coloring, with appearances, everything will be available on this images section. So now we have downloaded the part. Now let's get into the Creo, and I'm just going to close this part, and let's erase everything, and like this is new, right? So I'm just going to open the part which we have downloaded right now. Okay, so let's go for the downloads. So this is my zip folder which is downloaded right now. So either you can open it as it is on the zip file, because some version of Creo like doesn't support of using this zip file. So go for the downloads and unzip this folder and like import in Creo. Okay, so my version, it will support the zip file, so I'm just directly going to enter into the zip file, and this is the folder, and here you can see the images and analysis, everything is there. And here we have two assemblies. So this is bench wise assembly, so we don't want that because this is a sub assembly. So this is the final assembly, so I'm just going to open it. Okay, once you open it, you can able to see there is no notification regarding the regeneration or missing model or anything else, right? So everything is perfect in this model, and also all the motors which is available in here and sub assembly, it is like assembled perfectly. So everything is good, and appearance is also good. So now let's see how our part is going to work, and at last we will see the assembly. Okay, so first of all, let me just go for the applications, mechanism, and let's directly get into the playback. So here for this playback, go for the downloaded zip file. Here in this file we have analysis, right? So go for the analysis. So here I have separated as different, like these three assemblies. So one is for the bottom plate, like which is used to move to left and right. This is for the bottom plate, and for the top plate is nothing but like this direction, to left, to right, and the bench wise is nothing but to tighten and to loosen the like whatever we say like a material here. Okay, so at first let's go for the bottom plate. Okay, so once you click on bottom plate, here we can go for the playback, like animate, and let's increase the speed as full. And now let's see how it works. So now you see as it rotates, like this is moving. Let me have a left view here. So now it will be very good to see. So now we can see as it rotates, the part is moving towards left and right. So this is how we will move the part towards left and right. Okay, so now let's see the top and down motion. So for that, let me just turn off this, close this, and now this is going to be the top plate. And let's go for the front view. So like this direction for this rotation. Let's go for animate. Let's make it full, and let's make it loop and plate. Now you see as it rotates, the top plate is moving towards left and right direction. Okay, so now this is fine, and let's close this one, and that last one is for the top bench vise. Okay, to tight the workpiece. So let's open the bench wise animation here, and also let's increase the speed and animate it. So now you can see, so like it may look like a very slow motion because like for using the servo motor I just have used like with a very less coefficient number. So you can go with higher numbers. Okay, so that will increase the speed of this motion. Okay, that's good. So apart from that, whatever we have in here is, so whenever you come out of this mechanism tab, like application tab, whenever you come out of the tab, you just regenerate it like multiple times, because sometimes like we may have a notification like regeneration failed, as it has many slot mechanism here. We have used slot in here, here and here, so 3 slot mechanisms are there. So sometimes like regeneration, like it may be failed, so try to click on multiple times. It won't have like it, like that won't be a big problem for us. Okay, so like we have seen these 3 movements, and apart from that, let's go for the top movement. So for these things you can add a servo motor, but what I did is like multiple servo motors, like these and all like easy things, right? So I just added a normal pin mechanism here. If you want, you can add a servo motor in here. Like let me tell you, application mechanism, go for the servo and select this pin joint. So now it will rotate. Okay, so if you want, you can add like this in future. So what I did is I don't want to add any motors in here, as like already I have 4 motors in here. One is for this drill bit. Okay, so for drill bit also I don't have any playback analysis which is saved, but if you want you can run it manually because the motor is already placed in here. So this is a drill motor, so let's have a end time of 100 and let's run. So you can see the drill motor is rotating. If you want, you can also, once this process is fully run, if you click on OK, if you close this, you can save this as drill. If you want, if you want in future, you can save it as a analysis. Okay, and then it can be used later for the playback. So I don't want it. So drill, like that rotation we have seen, and for this, like we have seen this left and right and this left and right and this bench wise. For the top and down movement, I don't want to add any mechanism here because I have searched in Google, like they add an hydraulic system over here with a monitor here to adjust the height. So that's why I did this assembly using this slider mechanism. And for the top and down motion, I directly like placed with the cylinder mechanism in here for this top and down motion. Once we fix this position, we can like directly, like 1 second, yeah, we can directly adjust or tighten this by using this valve. Okay, I hope you guys can see this. Okay, so apart from that, everything I think covered on this, whatever it is, I think I covered. And also for the motion, this I just have locked this height by using this translation, like rotational axis. Like it won't move further. This is the maximum limit and this is the minimum limit. Okay, so that's all guys. I think we have covered everything. Now let's get into the assembly part. Like this is going to be the assembly session for everything. Okay, so let me close all this and let me just erase everything. Now let's go for the new and let's go for, okay, let's okay, as it is assembly, because I don't want to save this part. Okay, MMNS ASM design ABS. Okay, so now we are going to assemble like a part wise. Okay, so first of all, let's go for the downloads and the downloaded zip file. Okay, and then here the first part is going to be the body part, and this is going to be the default position as it is on the first part. Either you can go for default or else you can go for the fixed assembly. Okay, so now let's assemble our second part. Second part is going to be the drill lever. So this is going to be the pin mechanism. Let's change the direction, and for the pin we need to select the axis and face. Oops, sorry, I think I have selected a different axis. Pin this axis, flip it this axis. Okay, so now it will be for face, this face and this face. Okay, so now we just have only this rotational part. Now that's fine. Okay, so okay, that's fine. So now the next part, like that, is going to be our knee part. Okay, so now this is going to be the slider mechanism, as it need to be slide on like top and bottom direction. So this corner and the same corner on this part. Okay, and then let's move it to the top, and for slider we should select the face, this face and this face. So now it is got placed. Okay, and we just have only one motion, top and down. Okay, so you can see when it goes down it get into the this particular parts. Okay, so we just want to add a like translation axis for this, but for that we need to have a sectional view so that it will be easy. So planar section on this, sorry, I need it on the front plane. Okay, so now let's go get it into again for the knee part. Let's go for the front view. So here I'm just going to add a translation axis for this part and this face. Let's go for the front view, and I need the maximum down direction. Here it will be 80. So this is going to be the maximum limit, and for the minimum limit I'll just go for the 20. So from here till here. Okay, so that's fine. Now let's turn off the sectional view. So the next part that we are going to do is this knee lever. Here we have to add the lever for tighten the knee. So knee lever, pin. Okay, let's flip it. Same pin mechanism here. Pin, and this inner surface and this outer surface. So it got placed, and let's click on OK. So now the next part is going to be our drill part. So let's go for the drill. So the same pin mechanism, axis, make it down, axis, and the face coincident, this face, like this inner face. Okay, and then the drill bit, top surface. Okay, so the little bit got placed. Okay, done. So the next, like this part is going to be the complex part in this entire assembly. Okay, so the next part is going to be the thread plate rod and thread plate rod. Okay, so this is going to be a pin joint with this axis and this pin axis, and for the face coincident I'll just go with this face and this face. Okay, done. That's all. So it will rotate now, but according to that rotation our top plate should move on left and right direction like this. Okay, so for that we are going to assemble our first plate, that is plate 1. Okay, so this, like this extrude cut should be placed in here, so this direction is good. So this is going to be the cylinder, this axis and this axis. So now we just want to have a new set to a general constraint of this face to this bottom face, and once done let's just move our part in here, and I'm just going to add a new set which is going to be our slot mechanism. So for slot, just want to select this pathway. So okay, so sometimes like you can't able to see this line like this, so you have to press the control key, and when you get into this, like near to this part, it will be highlighted in orange. Okay, sometimes like it may happen. So we have selected all these curves, and now we should select the point. So let's turn off everything, only enable the point, and here we have the point in assembly. Okay, so all these points I will teach, like all these things in that individual part. While creating this part plate 1, we should insert the point. Okay, so like I will release all the details on this part wise. While preparing this part we need to add that one. Okay, so it will be available on that part wise video. So we can place like this, and let's click on OK. Just regenerate it once. So it is moved. Okay, so now let's go for the next plate. Sorry, like this next rod. So assemble. The first one is thread plate rod, the second one is thread rod 2. Okay, so this should be placed like in this direction. Let's take it to the top. So this is also the same as pin, axis display, pin, pin, and okay, this end surface to this end surface. Okay, so it's placed, looks good. And the next one is on the top plate. So this is going to be the plate top. So sorry about the names guys, so I just have to create, because this is new for me. As per a subscriber request, I did this part for his assignment, like for his project. So these names like these names are not familiar to me, so I just have created on my own names. Okay, so while creating part by your own, you can add it whatever you want. Okay, so cylinder has the same which we have done for the bottom part, we should repeat the same for here, and axis. Okay, and the next one is going to be the sorry, it will be general. Oops. Okay, okay, same coincident, that's fine. So now again new set, and this is going to be the slot which we have to select the curve. So the curve starts from here. Let me do it fast. Okay, so once we selected this, all these like curves, we have to select the point which is here. Okay, so this has got placed, and let's move like here. Okay, done. Okay, sometimes like I said before, like this may happen because after we placed our part, we just moved the part by using this arrow. Okay, so sometimes the slot mechanism may get collapsed. Okay, so if you get this error, continuously click on regenerate. Sometimes like it will be placed along to the like this slot. Okay, if you face this issue again and again, means just go for the assembly, try to move the part like this somewhere else and click on OK. Now if you regenerate, sometimes like it will place on a position. Okay, so let me just do it again. Okay, oops. Okay, now you see it got placed. Okay, so bottom plate and top plate like it is placed perfectly. So now let's place our bench vise on the top, which is the last part. So before that, let me just drag this towards down, close. And this bench vise is a sub assembly, so I will release a separate video for the sub assembly of that bench vise. So this is a simple bench vise. Like if you want like a complex, if you want to build a very complex bench vise, like there is a video which is available on our channel, you can go and check for this. Like it has been released like 1 year before. Okay, with the same color, so you can go and have a look on it. Okay, so that will be a very complex and professional bench vise. So like why I did this is a very simple bench vise, means it will be placed on this drilling machine, right? So we can't able to do like a very complex thing. So coincident. So this is going to be the user defined constraint, because anyway like it will be placed on a weld position here. And top plate, right plane, and this assembly, right plane. Okay, so this is going to be also a coincident. And then this is top plate front, and this is assembly top. This is also coincident. So now our part is fully placed and it is placed on the center. Now that's fine. Okay, so as you can see guys, we have placed all the parts in here. Okay, so the next thing that we have to do is motors. Okay, so that's the main important thing in this part, because as we get into the application and mechanism part, you can see there are over multiple joints in here, like a slider joint, slot joint, cylinder joint, pin mechanism, like pin joint. All the joints will be visible here, so it will be very confusing to select which point that we have to place our servo motor. Okay, so I have explained this thing in my previous video also, so we'll do that again. Okay, so at first we need to decide in which particular joint we have to place our servo motor. Okay, so the first motor that I'm going to place on this particular handle, which is used to rotate the which is used to move the bottom plates towards left and right direction. Okay, so this part is going to be our thread plate rod. Okay, so once we get into this part on the edit and go for the placement and rename this part as bottom plate. Okay, click on enter and then click on OK. Okay, and then the next part where we are going to add our motor in here. So this is going to be our top plate moment. Okay, edit, and same we have to edit the name as top plate. Okay, and the third motor, which is going to be for the bench vise. Okay, so for this bench vise, we have already done the same on our while creating the sub assembly. I have already renamed it. So this pin which is going to rotate. Okay, so while creating myself, I creating that, you can see I have already like a bench vise motor like that. Okay, so I just cancel that one. I already renamed that. So once for all the parts, once you rename everything, you can get into the mechanism part. So I just want to rename the joint for this drill also. So this is going to be our drill. Okay, done. So all our motor joints we have renamed it. So get into the application mechanism, and here we have connections tab under the joints. So here we can see all the connections are there, but some of them are renamed, so which we have done right now, right? So for drill, rotational axis, just you can click this rotational axis, and also you can go for servo motors, or else if you click it again you can see the second option, which is a servo motor. Okay, so let's go for the angular velocity with 60 degrees per second. Okay, so that's fine. If you want it in the most speeded way, like in like a very fast rotation, you can increase that. Okay, like 100 degrees per second, like 200 degrees per second. Okay, done. So now our motor 1 has got created, but like motor 1, motor 2, motor 3, like if we rename like this, it may be confusing on our analysis part. Okay, so we have to rename the motor as drill motor. Okay, enter, done. So here we can see the drill motor. So if we have to edit any thing on this motor, like if you want to edit any coefficient like the speed, you can directly go for the drill motor. If we have multiple motor 1, motor 2, motor 3, it will be confusing. Okay, so this is our first motor, and then for our second motor, here we can go for the connection second. So this is for our bottom plate, open it, rotational axis, servo motor, and the same as angular velocity with 60 degrees. I'm going to use 60 as the same for everything, and also while adding the motor we can add it the name on here itself. Okay, so this is going to be the bottom plate, enter. Okay, okay, drill motor we have added, bottom plate we have added, and then next one is top plate. So this is top plate assembly, rotational axis, servo motor, angular velocity 60 degrees per second, and here we have top plate, enter. Okay, so next one, the last is our bench wise connection. So connection joint, and this is bench wise motor, rotational axis, edit. You can see which is highlighted in orange. Okay, so the same angular velocity, I'll just increase this to 80 because it needs some faster motion. Okay, and this is, we can name it as wise motor. Okay, now we have drill motor and bottom plate, top plate, and bench wise motor. Okay, so now let's go for the mechanism analysis, kinematic or position, whatever you choose. So don't try to run all motors in a single way because it may get collapsed. Okay, so what you can do is you can edit the start time. Okay, like if you edit the start time, it will be good. Okay, so how can I say, like here we have an end time of 100. The first part that I need to rotate is the bottom part. So the bottom plate, it should start from 0 and it should end in 25. Okay, and then top plate, it should start from 25 and it should end at 50. And then the vice motor, like it should start again from 50 and let's end it on 80. It needs some motion, or else we can go for 75 itself. Okay, and drill motor, which is going to be the last 75 to, we can choose as end. Okay, so either you can do like this, or else you can remove, like you can select this bottom plate and you can remove out of this box. Okay, so like we have 75 to end. End means like you can go for 200 also. I just have a place a value of 100. Okay, so now let's run it. So now first it is rotating, and now it is rotating. The next one is going to be our bench wise, and the next one is going to be our drill. Okay, so this is how you can able to use this part, or else in other ways, like you can go for the motors, and if you want to rotate any single part, if in case if I want to rotate this bench wise motor, I'll just remove everything and you can go from start and you go for the end, from start to end. For 100 of end time, this single bench wise part will be rotated. Okay, if you want individually you can, because sometimes we just want to flip the motor part, right? So for that thing you can use that. Okay, so let's close. So that's all guys. I think I have covered up everything on the assembly. Like we have seen what are all the specification we have in this part, like rotational motion, everything and all. And the next one, how to download and access the part, and last we have seen how to assemble this entire thing, and with motor mechanism, and also for playback also I think I have said. So for the playback, let me just explain. Like if you want to save the mechanism part for this voice motor, okay, you just directly run the voice motor. Once it is over, if you want this to be in a playback motion, click on OK and click on close. Once you click on OK and close, you can able to have a view on this. So try to rename this in this kinematic analysis, like in this analysis tab itself. Once you renamed there as voice, here you can see the same name with voice. Okay, or else if you are okay with this name, you can directly save this part. Once you save it in here, okay, you can go for the playback and you can have the same analysis in here. Okay, or else if you saved, it won't view in here. Once you save the part, you can't able to see the result in here. You have to open that from your folder and you can have a playback in here. Okay, so I don't want to save it. So that's all guys. So thanks for watching, and as I said before, all these individual parts will be released as part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, like in a day wise, like tomorrow and day after tomorrow it will be released. And if you have any doubts, you can have it on our comment section, or else you can check out our channel homepage. We have our official WhatsApp group, so you can contact me over there. Okay, so and also, like if you have any projects, or like if you have any idea on our mechanical department, or else any kind of design knowledge, you can come and reach me out. So will try to create that part on our channel. Okay, so thank you guys. So thanks for watching, and if you want more videos related mechanical engineering or any other content, you can comment below so that I will upload more and more videos on that. So thank you guys. We will see you in the next video with a very interesting content. Until then, bye.